Hi, I'm Dave Worzel, and you're watching PHTV4. Today we are at the Center and Farm on Southwest Highway in Palos Park. With me, very fortunate, we've got Amy, who is the program director for both places, right? Amy, thank you for being here.
So welcome.
So we're going to get a little bit of a preview of what's going on this spring. Like, we'll talk about April and May. Activities, events, whatever is available to people and how they go about signing up, right?
Sure.
Okay. Can you tell us, so you're program director here. How long have you been in that role? How long have you been here? What have your other hats been here?
So my involvement with the center started in 1986. I was a 3-year-old child that came to visit the farm. My parents and my family became active volunteers and participants for my whole childhood. After college, I went to work corporate America, realized it wasn't really what I was cut out for, and I've been an employee of the center for the last 18 years. Started just working farm programs across the street, and about 7 years ago transitioned to be the program director for the organization.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you got a little bit of longevity too.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said you came here when you were 3, because I'm like, oh my God, wait. No, that's wonderful. I'm glad you found it, and obviously the center is, very lucky to have you. So, let's turn to so you're the person. Let's talk about programs and activities, and I don't know if you have it divided up. You want to talk about the farm first and the center, and also which age groups they apply to. So what's coming up first?
So springtime is like one of the best times at the farm. We're just kind of getting rolling for the season. All the baby animals are starting to arrive, and the open farm public visiting hours are increasing. So April and May, the farm is open to the general public every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. No reservations are needed. You can just come drop in. We charge a small admission fee. You can come see all the animals. We have walking trails, hay rack rides. Our little farm store will be open, and we do some popcorn concessions for our guests.
It sounds like a lot of fun, and I'm guessing it was maybe some of those events that got you hooked as a 3-year-old. Is that?
Yeah, this place has a lot of history to it. I've always been an animal and a nature-loving kid, and the community just kind of the center sucks people in, really. And so my dad has been driving tractors as a volunteer since the 80s and still does it today. So, but so the farm will be open for visiting. We also have a lot of our youth programs. Our junior farmer program has spring sessions. There's a late spring session starting the beginning of April. There are only a few spots left, but there still are spots. That's programs for 1-year-old to 12-year-olds. They meet once a week in the spring, and they'll get some farm education from our farm staff members. And that's kind of the ongoing programs that are happening over at the farm in April or May. We have some special events too, I think we're going to touch on momentarily, but those are the ongoing programs on that side of the road. On this side of the road, adult programs, we have our full Tuesday luncheon program. That program runs September through the end of May, and the April lineup has weekly guest speakers or performers that come in. You get a great lunch in our lodge, and then a full type of program or entertainment. One of those is Trent James, who is a magician, he comes here a few times a year, and it's an incredible show. So that's on the April schedule as well. Our Arts Center, the Log Cabin Center for the Arts, also has full spring program lineup. Most of those are either workshop or session-based programs. Kids programs, adult programs, in everything from pottery, lapidary, watercolor painting, basket making. There's just a complete offering of art programs going on over there. And then we also have a full yoga and wellness program that's session-based as well. And those all kick off in the beginning of April as well. We have, I think, 3 different teachers that teach on different days, and usually they're 4 to 5 week sessions, and they happen in our forest view room. So you get a beautiful look of the woods while you're having this yoga experience up there. And we also have a gong bath scheduled for April as well. So that one you do need to register for, but that's coming up in April as well.
Okay. Let's see, it sounds like there's something for everybody here. I mean, you're talking about from the art classes and the workshops, or the lunch and the magician. I mean, and I'm sure the lunch, magician, and those things, you have to sign up for those in advance, right?
Yeah, we have a reservation system that's electronic through our website, or you can always call the front office to make your reservation for those spots as well.
Okay, so check the website or call. And again, an incredible lineup, a wide variety of things going on. And it is beautiful out here, obviously. The setting, the lodge itself, the children's farm. Special events, are there other, like either, these are bigger events or annual events? What do we have?
Yeah, so coming up, the big one at the farm is April 27th, and that's our live sheep shearing event. We have a young man from Central Illinois who comes up and does a great demonstration for us. He shears all of our sheep, and we'll do some work with our goats too. He trims hooves and things like that. So it's just an event where we're kind of giving an outside perspective on the internal happenings of the farm work that needs to happen. So that's on April 27th. We're open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. that day, and the shearing begins at noon. So that's a great event over at the farm.
Okay, so what happens to the wool that gets sheared then?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we keep a lot of it because we use it internally for crafts and insulation for chicken boxes and things like that. We've also started sending some off to get it spun and turned into wool. And then we have those wool bundles, or those yarn bundles, excuse me. We send it off to be turned into wool, turned into yarn, and then we sell the yarn bundles in our farm store over there. We also have our annual plant and compost sale coming up. So that happens at the farm the first 2 to 3 weekends in May, depending on how the inventory lasts. But we grow all of those plants in-house from seed. We use all organic seeds. We use our own compost and organic soil to grow them, and then we sell them as a fundraiser, and you can take them home and put them in your garden. So lots of herbs, vegetables, some fruits.
Another great activity, and I'm distracted because I'm picturing that. It'd be kind of interesting to see the sheep shearing. I like that it's also repurposed in all the different ways you said. Yeah, then obviously the other activities going on, a lot of wonderful things. Any other events? Did we hit them all?
On this side of the road, we're also having our annual spring tea party, and that's a big event. It happens around Mother's Day. So this year it's on May 11th, and that happens in our main lodge here. We have a storyteller. There's punch. There's tea that's made from our farm herbs over at in the garden across the street, and there's some take-home activities for everybody. So that's always a great event here. Often it's full of ladies, but men and well-behaved children are often welcome to come as well. So,
Like everybody well-behaved, right?
yeah. It's more of a sit-down event. So for the folks who have children that need to run around the farm, that's a better program. But for those who have kiddos who like to dress up and kind of play that part, this can be a great event over here as well.
As you're saying and listening to all these events, I feel like I can almost guess how you're going to answer this next week, because I want to ask you, what do you like best about your job at the center? And obviously, if you began whatever love you had for the center at 3, maybe that's quite a list. But all the different programming you're talking about, all the different wonderful activities. But what do you like best about your job coming here every day?
There's the obvious things about this is a place where people are genuinely happy to be here all the time. And that's a blessing to be able to come and work in an environment where, for the most part, everyone's, always in a good mood and wants to be here. That probably tops the list. But second to that is the seasonal nature of our work here. That, we really are a seasonal based program organization. And so, we gear up for certain things annually, and we work hard to accomplish them. And before you get burnt out or sick of them, we're moving on to the next season. And so we really have these kind of, quarterly kind of focuses, and it helps keep everything rolling and fun and interesting. And before you know it, you're moving on to the next thing.
I think about the seasons like that. I mean, that is one of the nicest things about watching the change, moving from fall to winter and back to spring and the summer, and all the different experiences they all offer, right? Let me think, are there any other things you want to mention or tips on people, whether sign up for the classes or attending programs or events?
Yeah, one thing that's on the horizon that doesn't quite fall in spring, but we're planning for it now, is our summer camp programs. And that is a whole season here at the center. We do summer camp programming for children ages 1 to 17, and it's what we do for 11 full weeks in the summer. And so if you have a youth in your life that could benefit from a farm and nature-based program, you want to be seeking that out now. Registration has been open for a couple months already. There are still some spots left for teens that we would love to fill. And those, you can find the information and schedules all on the website for that. But that's a program that you want to be thinking of now, even though we're still a few months out from it. But our website and our monthly newsletter is the best way to be connected to what's going on here. We publish a newsletter monthly that has our full schedule for the next several weeks. You can get it off of our website, or you can have it mailed to you or emailed to you. So plenty of ways to get it, and that's going to be the best way for you to really feel like you know what's going on here, because there are so many options, so many classes, way too many to talk about here today. Yeah.
And you mentioned the summer camp, and how do you, you have volunteers that come in or counselors come in for that? How are you staffed for that? Is that?
So we have a really talented group of young adults that are summer camp counselors every summer. They are hired temporary staff members. Most of the time they are homegrown, meaning they have been kids that came through our summer camp program and have graduated into becoming staff members. This year we're still looking for 2 more male staff members. So 18 and up, responsible young adults that have an appreciation for nature and are good with working with kids. We can train you on everything else that happens here. But yeah, if you know a responsible teenage male that is, or young adult male that's looking for a summer job, we'd love to talk to them.
Okay. All right. So there's a work opportunity.
Yeah.
And again, the check out the website. Newsletter is amazing. I'm sure people can still call if they need to.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can call to register for anything over the phone. Otherwise, we have a full electronic store now. So all your reservations, program tickets, and purchases can all be done, from your phone or the comfort of your home, or you can stop in or make the phone call.
Okay. Well, stopping in always, I definitely encourage such a beautiful setting. But Amy, thank you very much. It sounds like a lot of great things going on this spring and heading into the summer. So have fun with it. And again, congratulations on 18 years.
Thank you so much.
I'm Dave Wurzel, and you've been watching PHTV4, and we've been at the center and the farm in Palos Park and getting ready for some spring events and activities. Thank you for watching.